If you're thinking to move to Ireland for work, to study, or for anything with your family, this video is for you. In this video today, I'm actually going to go through all of the changes that's actually coming to Ireland in 2024. So every single year in October, the Irish government actually sit down and draw out the budget. And the budget for 2024 just recently came out. And in this video, I'm actually going to explain everything about Ireland. That's the jobs, the visa, that's the work visa, the study visa, the visit visa, all of the jobs that are presently available in Ireland with visa sponsorship, the changes in the tax system, the housing crisis, the educational system of Ireland, and all the social benefits you get in Ireland as an immigrant or someone that's willing to live in Ireland for the rest of your life. If you don't know yet, Ireland has been ranked as the most expensive country in the European Union. Yeah, it's the first time that Ireland has been ranked as the most expensive country in the European Union. This has led the government to actually sit down and think about how to change this. The first thing I'm actually going to explain in this video is the visa. In 2023, Ireland actually gave out more than 30,000 visa, just work visa, to foreigners, and this visa was distributed from every single country in the world. So people from Africa, Asia, America, European, Australia, every single continent, and that was 30,000 of work visa only. But for 2024, the Irish government is actually planning to increase this visa. So they're actually planning to increase the work visa from 30 to 45,000. So that's literally more than 3,000 visa monthly. Every month there will be more than 3,000 people getting a work visa to move to Ireland. Then let's go to the student visa. So the Irish education is known as one of the best in the whole of Europe and in the world. But the caveat is Ireland have one of the highest tuition fees in the world. The Irish government have actually heard the cries of a lot of foreigners, and they have actually decided to reduce the tuition fee by 1,000 euros starting next year. So for anyone that's going to be starting education in Ireland from next year, just to bear in mind that the tuition fee is going to go down and the student visa is going up as well. The Irish government have actually decided, same with the work visa and all the different visas in Ireland, to increase the volume of visa because of seeing what foreigners actually give to the country, because foreigner makes one of the highest percentage of the GDP of Ireland. So the Irish government is willing to encourage a lot of foreigners to move to Ireland for work or for a visit or even just to study. The next is in the job sector. So at the moment, there's some specific companies in Ireland that are actually accredited to sponsor foreign visa. So from next year, there will be more than 500,000 companies in Ireland that have the go-ahead to sponsor a foreign visa. This is one of the greatest news today because most companies that actually wanted to do this didn't have the go-ahead to do that. But the Irish government have actually said it now that most companies that apply for the scheme to be able to sponsor foreigners to get an Irish visa have increased exponentially. So from next year, there's a lot of companies that I'm actually going to link on this video, the description on this video, and you can see the actual company that can actually sponsor your visa. You do not need to get any agency to look after your work visa from next year. You can all do it by yourself in the comfort of your home country and in the comfort of your house. So in Ireland, the minimum wage is actually going to go up by €1.40. So this is making the minimum wage of Ireland to go up to €12.70, which is the highest that the minimum wage of Ireland has ever been since the birth of the Republic of Ireland, which is a great news for people that don't get high salary. All you need to know is that whatever job you do in Ireland, you're eligible for minimum €12.70 an hour. That's every single hour. And if when it comes to maternity leave, paternity leave, adoptive leave, and parental leave, so if you're on maternity leave this year in 2023, you'll be getting $262 from the government.
Maternity leave usually lasts 6 months. You'll be getting this amount of money for 6 months. Then when it comes to next year 2024, you're actually going to be getting 274. So the money is actually going to go up from 262 to 274 for every single week. This is what you'll be getting for the government.
And also, parental leave is actually going to go up by extra 2 weeks, making the total weeks of parental leave in Ireland to be 9 weeks, which is going to make Ireland to be one of the best countries to have a family in. So for anyone that have a family, or for anyone that's thinking of having a family, Ireland is literally the country for you. Paternity leave is going to go up to 9 weeks, and maternity leave, which is actually 6 months, has an increase of 2 more weeks in that 6 months. So this is something that have never happened in Ireland before, and it's happening now. So as I've always said, this is the best time to come to Ireland. 2024 is going to be the best year ever to move to Ireland for anything, for a job, for studies, to move with your family, or just to visit to see it for yourself. Then the next thing is the taxes. What actually makes Ireland to be one of the most expensive countries in the world is the cost of living, the tax, and all of the different stuff that's happening in Ireland at the moment. But due to that, the Irish government have actually responded. Yeah, the Irish government literally just decreased most of the tax in Ireland. So the tax credit is actually going to go up. The tax credit is actually what makes your tax to be low. So that's your personal tax credit is actually going to go up. So if you have more personal tax credit, you're going to be paying less tax, which is going up this year. The employee tax credit actually is going to go up as well, which is another type of tax credit, that the more tax credit you have, the less tax you're paying. So all of this stuff is making the Irish tax to actually dip really low compared to the many previous years of high taxes in Ireland. This is something that have never happened. The next one is the housing. As you all know, I've been talking a lot about housing crisis in Ireland, and the Irish government have actually responded to this housing crisis in Ireland, and they're actually preparing to build more houses in Ireland. A lot of houses. From January 2024, every single person that lives in Ireland is entitled to get a one-off payment of 750 euros every single year if you're actually paying rent. So any single one that paid rent in Ireland, it doesn't matter if you're a foreigner, it doesn't matter if you're Irish, it doesn't matter if you come from anywhere from the world. If you do pay rent in Ireland, you're entitled to a one-off payment, every single one. This is just to combat the big inflation in houses and reduce the housing crisis that's actually happening in Ireland. From the start of January 2024, the Irish government is actually preparing to build 9,300 new houses, and these houses is just to combat the housing crisis that's happening in Ireland.
So as you can see, this is all of the social welfare rates that have increased in Ireland, or that's going to be increased from 2024. So from the pension, as you can see, the pension is going to go up from 265 to 277 for anyone that's under 80, anyone that's not employed. So if you're on a job seeker benefit, that's people that don't presently have job at the moment. So in 2023, this year, you'll be getting 220 euros every single week. Whereas from next year, the 1st of January 2023, the money is actually going to go up from 220 to 232 every single week. So for anyone that's above 23, you're going to get this. And if you're actually less than 23, you're actually going to be getting 154 euros from 1st of January 2024. Then for any single parent, so in 2022, the Irish government is actually paying 220 euros every single week. As you can see, this is the maximum weekly wage that has been paid to every single parent. But from next year 2024, the amount is actually going to go up from 220 to 232 for any single parent. So it can be a single mom or it can be a single dad. Then you've got deserted wife as well, that will be getting the same amount of money like the single parent's money. Then when it comes to the supplementary welfare allowance for anyone that needs extra help from the government, if you do have a job and you still need extra help, a lot of people are actually getting this money at the moment. But from next year, if you're age 25 and above, instead of getting 218, you're actually going to go up from 218 to 230. And if you're under 25 living independently with stay to posh, so this year you're actually getting 218. From next year the money is going to go up to 230. Then when it comes to illness, disability and care allowance, so the maximum rate for any disabled person at the moment is 220, but from next year it's actually go up as well to 232. Then when it comes to the care allowance, so if you have anyone in your house, it might be your son, your daughter, it might be your auntie, your cousin, your granddad, that you're looking after them, there is this stuff called care allowance in Ireland, that anyone that's looking after someone, that if you're caring for anyone, you'll be getting 236 this year, but from next year it goes up to 248. And if the person is age 66 and above, you're actually going to be getting from 274 to 286 from next year. Then when it comes to child benefit, this is the money that is being given to every single children in Ireland. It doesn't matter if your parents had papers or not. If you're born in Ireland, you're automatically qualified for this payment, and your parents get it every single month in your bank account. So as you can see, for 2023 the amount is 140 per child, and for 2024 it's still going to be the same, no changes. So this is every single kid that you've got. If you've got 5, you're going to get this amount by 5, and if you've got 6, you're going to get this amount by 6. Then from next year the government of Ireland is trying to help with the cost of living. So due to that, the government of Ireland is actually going to be helping people with fuel allowance. As you can see, it started this year in 2023, and there will be no change for the petrol or the fuel allowance in 2024. Living alone increase. So if you're living alone in 2022, you'll be getting 222 per week, and in 2024 there will be no change.
So this is all of the benefit that you're actually going to be getting from the Irish government starting 1st of January 2024. So guys, please share this video for as many people as possible to watch, to know all of these changes. And for anyone that have been afraid to move to Ireland, this is the time for you. And please don't forget to like, subscribe. See you in the next video, which is going to be posted up there.